Before there was Botswana, there were no borders, no districts, no land titles, no fences cutting across the Kalahari, only land and the people who moved with it. To understand what happened in the Central Kalahari Game Reserve, you have to go back to a time before the idea of a country even existed. Welcome to Beyond the Kalahari, where we share Africa's rarely told stories. Long before modern nations, Southern Africa was home to some of the earliest humans on Earth. Among them were the San. For thousands of years, they lived across vast regions, what is now Botswana, Namibia, and South Africa. They followed seasonal water, animal migrations, the rhythm of nature. There were no fixed villages, no permanent ownership. Land was not something you possessed, it was something you belonged to. Anthropologists like Richard B. Lee have documented how San societies functioned with deep knowledge of ecology, strong sharing cultures, minimal hierarchy, a different kind of civilization, one not built on accumulation but on balance. Over time, other groups began to move into the region. Bantu-speaking communities arrived, bringing with them agriculture, livestock, permanent settlements. Among these were the ancestors of today's Tswana people. This changed the relationship with land. Land became settled, cultivated, claimed. Over generations, different systems of living coexisted, sometimes peacefully, sometimes with tension. The San were gradually pushed into more marginal areas, into the Kalahari. Not through a single event, but through a slow historical pressure. Then came colonialism. In the late 1800s, the British declared the Bechuanaland Protectorate. For the first time, borders were drawn, lines on a map, cutting across land that had never been divided that way before. Colonial administration formalized territory, authority, control, and with it came a new idea: that land could be owned, governed, and allocated by a central power. In 1966, Bechuanaland became Botswana. A new nation was born, and with it came laws, governance systems, national development goals and agendas, and land was now categorized as tribal land, state land, and freehold land. These systems brought order and growth, but they also created a challenge. How do you fit a people with no tradition of land ownership into a system built on it? For many modern societies, land is property, asset, economic resource. But for the San, land is different. Land to them is identity. It holds memory, movement, meaning. You cannot separate people from land without changing who they are. So, when relocation happens, it is not just physical, it is cultural, it is spiritual, it is existential. The story of Botswana did not begin in 1966. It did not begin with diamonds or development. It began long before, with people who lived without borders, on land that belonged to no one and everyone. So when we ask what happened in the Kalahari, we are really asking something deeper. What happens when an ancient way of life meets a modern world that cannot fully understand it? In the next episode, we look into what science says. Were the San the original inhabitants? The first people? Join us in the next episode of Beyond the Kalahari to find out more. And comment what you think really happens next.